If someone went up to me and asked, Cartoon Manners, what is the most iconic movie series out there? And to that, I'd say Toy Story. Toy Story is one of the most iconic Pixar franchises out there, and is the sole reason a lot of people go into Pixar in the first place. I can definitely see why a lot of people love it. So much so that I even really like Toy Story 4. And at the time of this recording, it is time with Shrek for having 4 films, with both receiving an upcoming 5th movie. But today, we're going to be talking about 3 of the characters from this franchise: Woody, Buzz, and Jessie. I am a big Toy Story fan, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what these 3 characters have to offer. So without wasting any more time, let's get rocking and rolling by talking about the final 3 Pixar characters we'll be covering in this retrospective. Woody is a loyal toy who has been Andy's favorite toy since kindergarten. Woody is a smart, determined, and passionate man who would do anything for his nearest and dearest friends. He considers his friends as family, and he tries his best to keep them all together at all times. Yet, he is a flawed character. He has a lot of doubt, anger, frustration, uncertainty, and sadness, almost like a human. Despite his jumbled emotions, he tries his best not to show them to his friends, so he can seem brave and courageous. But he is not afraid to confront or comfort his friends with utmost care. Interestingly, Woody is arguably the most tactical and developed character in the series, since the plots and ploys that main characters pull to achieve their own endeavors are more or less formulated by him. This indicates that he is smarter than he himself acknowledges. Buzz, like many characters in Toy Story, is a complicated one who feels genuine emotions such as pride, anger, depression, and sadness, much like a regular human. These are traits that he shares with his best friend, Woody. However, one could say that Buzz is better at keeping his emotions in check than the cowboy. Buzz is known for his bravery and courage, believing the way people should live their life by following the rules. Though there are rare moments when he will bend the rules, or tell a cover story if needed to when he knows it is the right thing to do. Though possessing great leadership qualities, one of Buzz's biggest character flaws at times is that he can be rather unemotional. Like Woody, Buzz also goes through an evolution throughout the series. In Toy Story, he was incredibly deluded and actually believed that he himself was the real Buzz Lightyear, who would not listen when told that he's really a toy modeled off the character. Because of this, Buzz believed he could do anything that a real space ranger was able to do, such as fly, and that his laser was a deadly weapon when it was actually just a light bulb. Since seeing the truth of his delusion, Buzz has shown a degree of embarrassment of it. In Toy Story 2, while being attacked by another Buzz Lightyear action figure who also thought that he was the real Buzz Lightyear, Buzz remarked in a self-conscious and annoyed tone,
"Tell me I wasn't this deluded."
Buzz is also slightly clueless to human cultures, such as the case while he was trying to calm Woody down about cowboy camp, accidentally pronounces s'mores as schmoes, which is corrected by the latter. This was also shown during the first movie while looking at Sid. He mistook his pet dog Scud for him. Also in Hawaiian Vacation, he mispronounced Hawaii as Hey Way I. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. Buzz notoriously has a massive crush on Jessie. While Buzz is normally awkward around her in play mode, whilst in demo mode, he refers to her as a temptress and immune to her bewitching good looks. But when turned to Spanish mode, he becomes passionate, confident, and romantic, openly expressing his love for the cowgirl with romantic poetry and admiration. He showed something of a jealous and showy side when Woody returned, and Jessie was only happy to see him alive. Buzz replied in a jealous tone. While trying to escape Sunnyside instead of helping Woody up, he athletically opens a hatch by himself as a means of impressing his crush. After the events of Toy Story 3, the two have seemingly started a legitimate relationship. Jessie is a friendly, sarcastic, and excitable cowgirl doll. She likes being loved by any child, has the power to yodel. She hates being in storage, as it makes her claustrophobic, and not having someone to love her. A girl named Emily had once loved her until she gave her up and put her in a charity box, which emotionally scarred her forever. Because of this, she was eventually found by Al and believed her true purpose was to become a permanent item at a museum in Tokyo, Japan. However, after Stinky Pete's betrayal and being saved by Woody, she accepted her true purpose, and that was to be played with and to be there for a child. Jessie is very caring towards her friends, especially to Buzz Lightyear, whom she harbors romantic feelings for, and Woody, who has a sibling-like relationship with her. She's also very understanding. After Woody finds Bo Peep and is reunited, she accepts his decision to stay with Bo Peep. Though Jessie is saddened by Woody's departure, she gives him a last hug before they go their separate ways, and keeps the sheriff's badge he gives her as a symbol of her future leadership. Because she is Bonnie's favorite toy, Jessie presumes leadership of her toys and takes Woody's place as the new leader, while also wearing his badge in his memory. When it comes to the voice actors for the trio, we have quite a bit to discuss. For Woody, we have the Tom Hanks of Hollywood fame, mostly voicing him in the movies, the Toon Shorts, and the specials, and Jim Hanks voicing him for the games, the Toy Story Treat Shorts, and even the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command movie, and Lamp Life, of all things. Tom Hanks really steals the show as Woody in almost everything he does for the character, especially with his line deliveries. It's so entertaining to watch. Hanks is a great actor in general. He's been in many films such as Castaway and Forrest Gump. And everything he does for the Toy Story series will always be so charming. Jim Hanks, his brother, also does a really great job with the role. Like with John Hassler as Thomas and Elsie Lovelock as Maggie, it's kind of easy to tell who's voicing who. Like, you can tell Tom is voicing Woody in the movies, and when I went back and rewatched the Buzz Lightyear Star Command movie and played the Disney Infinity games, I could tell Jim is Woody in those. Either way, he does a great job as the character. As for Buzz, we have quite a few to talk about. Tim Allen is his main voice actor for stuff like the movies and the Toon Shorts, and even commercials. Tim really knows when to hammer up the performance as Buzz, even his belt buzz for the second movie. And when I went back and watched the first scene when Buzz turns bad, and he talks about how if a prisoner breaks his rules, they'll spend the night in the box, as it's called, but it's really just the sandpit. I remember thinking that Tim must have had a blast doing this part, but I still stand by that. Tim is the definitive Buzz Lightyear voice. It'll always be the true Buzz in my eyes. Pat Fraley has also voiced Buzz in the past, in those Toy Story Treat Shorts released alongside the first movie. I'll be honest, Pat does a solid job as Buzz, but he doesn't come close to how Tim portrays the character. Then we have Patrick Warburton. He's been in quite a few movies I know, such as Open Season, B-Movie, and even Planes, Fire and Rescue as Pulaski. Patrick's voice for Buzz wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Though it begs the question, why did they have him re-record Alan's lines that were for the full-fledged movie when they aired on TV back in the early 2000s? That just boggles me in my opinion. Regardless, Warburton still does a decent job as Buzz. And then we have the actor that voices him when he goes into his hilarious Spanish mode, Javier Fernandez Pena. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that. This guy does a really splendid job as Buzz for his Spanish mode stuff. It really makes it all the more charming. We also have Mike McRae voicing Buzz for the video games. Not much to say other than he does a really nice job as the character. And we also have Corey Burton voicing him for Disney on Ice? Okay, respect to him. And lastly, we have Chris Evans, aka Captain America, voicing him for the Lightyear spin-off movie. Though it's more so the real-life Buzz, more so than the toy Buzz we know and love. When Lightyear was first announced, many people were very skeptical over Evans voicing Buzz. But, if I'm being honest, what the fuck is wrong with you people? You guys do know that this is the real Buzz Lightyear he's voicing, and not the toy version. Either way, I really do enjoy Evans' voice portrayal as Buzz. Tim Allen will always be the best Buzz voice, but he still does a really good job as the character in this movie. As for Jessie, well, we have quite a few as well, but not much to say about all of these. Joanne Cusack portrays her in Toy Story 2, 3, and 4, as well as the Toon shorts and commercials. Sarah McLachlan, I think I might just butcher that, has a surprisingly good singing voice. Kat Cressida as her voice for the Disney Infinity Games, attractions, and various merchandise. And Jessica DeChico as her voice for this in-the-house content that I don't even know about. All of these guys do a great job as the character. But I do think Cusack is the clear winner of the Jessie voices. At least in my opinion. This is probably the hardest part of this video, and maybe even the whole series, as it was so unbelievably hard picking out what the standout moment for the 3 was. I mean, I went into this thinking it was going to be the landfill scene, but after this latest rewatch, I found a winner, and it comes from the second movie. It's no secret that Toy Story 2 is my favorite of the 4 movies. There's one scene in that movie that really hits hard. And that is the climax at the airport. In this scene, Woody and Jessie have to try and climb down the plane, but Woody slips and Jessie grabs hold of him. And then we get the perfect ending to this climax. Woody uses his pull string to grab hold of one of the connectors to the plane's landing gear. And he pulls a Woody's Roundup-esque finale move in between the plane's wheels to safety, just as the plane is taking off. A fantastic finale to this amazing scene. And just for the heck of it, I'm giving the landfill scene from the 3rd movie a shout out as well. Particularly in the shredder part of this scene. When Lotso is trapped, Woody and Buzz try everything to get him free. And they save him just in time before the golf bag he was trapped under gets shredded. But come on, the aliens are really the stars of the incinerator scene. And you really can't get more emotional than the scene where all the toys hold hands before their supposed fate before the aliens save them. As for weak points, well, I don't think there is a single moment where their weakest moment in the franchise is. Even with Woody and Jessie's sibling-like rivalry, at least I'll take this over a certain sibling-like rivalry between two characters. Woody, Buzz, and Jessie are some of the most infamous Disney characters ever, coming from the franchise everyone universally loves. Sure, they aren't as strong as, say, Lightning McQueen or two other Disney characters, but they are still a prime example of Disney characters being written well. I'm very curious as to what they're going to do for this upcoming 5th movie. Rumors have been going around that Andy could return, but I highly doubt that. If anything, we'd probably get a scene where all the toys reunite with Woody and Bo Peep. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing where these 3 beloved characters will head to next. And thus concludes the 7 installments of the series. This was a hell of a lot of fun. I think I talked about Buzz the most out of all 3 characters. Buzz has so much history behind him. Why isn't he the main star of this franchise at this point? For the next episode, we will be taking to the skies as we talk about Dusty Crophopper from the Plains series, and seeing what exactly he has to offer. If you enjoyed this retrospective, smack the like button and subscribe to not miss out on all the cool content that goes up on the channel. And let me know in the comments what you guys are excited, or maybe not excited, for Toy Story 5. What things would you like to see in this milestone of a movie? I'd love to know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all for the 8th installment of this series. Bye guys.
You got a friend in me.